we starting? We starting.
We live, baby.
We live. All right. So nobody's watching it. I'm scared. Nobody's watching.
Let's small talk then.
Okay. Nobody's watching. Well, whatever.
It's 2:57. That's why.
Oh well. Should we just like keep it on?
Yeah. There's no point in turning it off and then turning it back on.
We'll keep it on. We're literally live right now, waiting for y'all to show up so we could talk. Swipe up.
Pull up.
Oops.
Oof. Knob called Do Not Touch. I'm finna touch it.
Stop. Don't do that. I'm gonna push start recording at exactly 3 o'clock.
What?
Huh?
That.
Yeah.
Okay. We out here, baby. We live.
There are 27 people who looked at my. Oh, we got 2 people watching. Okay. Start recording. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the first episode, the world premiere of Yankee and Massy. And to introduce myself, I'm Kiana, also otherwise known as the Yankee artist on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Yep. And to prevent me from just talking about Hobo Johnson Love Makers all day long, I have.
It's your boy, Lil Milk Dud. Nah, I'm playing. It's Micah. What's up, y'all? IG at Mr. Massacres. Follow that.
Don't forget to put like the period in between Mr. and Massacres. So yeah, I asked a ton of y'all, a lot of y'all who looked at my story every day to submit suggestions for the podcast, and I got one in particular, which would let me see if I can find the person who submitted it exactly. I think it was Harsh Browns on Instagram.
That name is hard.
It wasn't hard to remember because it's a simple name.
No,
it's
I'm talking like it's hard, it's hard.
In a good way.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Let me see. What should we talk about? So, was it Harsh Browns? Yes, it was. Harsh.Browns on Instagram. No, wait, never mind. That's something else. That was something else. That was childhood trauma based off of TV and movies. That was somebody else sent in that we should talk about our favorite movies from whenever. Now, I saw Jurassic Park last night for the 25th anniversary. And, like, you know, when you watch movies on TV your whole life, it's completely different. You feel me? So when I saw it in theaters, like seeing Jeff Goldblum shirtless on the table in surround sound on the big screen was quite an experience. And, like, if you have the opportunity to ever see a movie in theaters that you've been watching, like, on an ABC Family Marathon, right? Watch it in theaters.
When did Jurassic Park come out?
1993. I had a shirt. It said, "I survived Isla Nublar," which is the where the original Jurassic Park was.
Heard. Alright. That's fire.
And then I'm double tight because on the 27th they're gonna play Transformers the movie from 1986. The one's like, "You got the touch," right? And then he becomes, and then Optimus Prime dies. The cartoon. So yeah, they're showing that, but I have class that day, and I'm like really close to being like, I got a doctor's appointment with Dr. Prime. You know, he's a specialist in opticals.
Yeah, I heard he's gonna transform my life.
Yep. I'm getting these new Matrix contact lenses, so being on the lookout for those. But yeah, see a movie in theaters. It's an experience. Really great experience.
That it is. I mean, we can talk about that later. So
come close to the mic. I'm pretty sure they can. I don't know. Nobody's saying anything.
Is that it?
Is that it for what? I got a list of favorite movies, but like I'm waiting for you to say something. This is a dual mission.
Dual mission. One of my favorite movies. Let's see.
Anything.
I want to say something so head ass. Oh my god. I'm gonna say it.
What are you about to say?
The Pink Panther remake. with Steve
Steven
Martin.
Wait, the second one or the first one? Because they made a sequel, I think.
I like the one with Beyonce, but the first one.
I remember watching the first one in theaters as a child.
I've seen both of them in theaters. I'm only saying this for lack of things I can't remember right now, but like.
I got all your favorite movies, but like, cause we basically have like similar tastes.
I mean, Loki, I'll say Space Jam because.
No, wait.
Hear me out. I understand that Space Jam is a bad movie. I understand that. I fully accept that. Right? Space Jam is my wrestling, but it's screaming. Like. It's so bad, and they know it's bad. The whole thing shot on green screen. Just imagine Michael Jordan and his big ass just walking around for days, for months, by himself. No, my bad. With like two other people.
With Newman from Seinfeld, right?
No one else on a green screen. He's being dragged through holes. He's dunking. His arm is stretching with the big body CGI. It's just nostalgic for me. I wasn't even. When did it come out?
That was like 95. I don't know.
I wasn't even alive when it came out, and I loved that movie.
How come every time I talk to you about it, you always got something to say? Like,
what?
I watched Space Jam religiously when I was like 6. They had it on demand, and I would just watch it on repeat every day, at least twice a day. And then I was on a plane. I went to Hawaii over the summer. I come back. I'm like, they got Space Jam on here. I haven't watched this in a hot minute. Let me peep Space Jam, and like I started crying because I was so. Like, my childhood was just rocked.
No, you know what?
So bad.
You know what rocked me? What rocked me was when I rewatched Looney Tunes Back in Action, right? Because it was on Netflix. I was bored, so I was like, all right, what's up? So pull up on it. It is so bad. The line pacing is so awkward and weird.
I haven't watched Back in Action since I was like 8 years old.
Literally, it feels like it was made for straight to TV, and I think it was. But it's like, it's just, the movie's all over the place. I was bored. I was like cringing the whole time. I used to eat that shit up when I was little. So, the moral of the story is I was a trash child and I had trash taste.
But most kids do. Like, when you rewatch, like, when you have a movie in mind, you love it so much. You're like, yo, I used to love Lilo and Stitch a lot. And, like, you're going to roast me because I'm actually Native Hawaiian. I'll never forget that joke you said in the 8th grade, but we'll come back to that.
Hilarious.
But, I loved Lilo and Stitch because I remember the idea I had from when I was like 3 and I saw it in the movie theaters in Hawaii type of thing.
You saw it in Hawaii?
Yeah.
That's kind of hard.
I was a fan. No, no, we were just in Hawaii at the time.
I bought the tickets just for the movie.
Screaming. But, yeah, when did it was like 2001 because they were working on it and then they had changed stuff because of 9/11. That happened.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we watched it, and damn, I'm blanking. No, but I rewatched it. I was like, oh, you guys. So my mom, she has like a jailbroken Fire Stick, so we could watch movies for free. And I was like, let's
report her.
I'm like, let's just throw on Lilo and Stitch, and I rewatched it, and like I didn't love it as much. It's not a bad movie at all. I'm not saying it's
because I was really about to pull up on you. I was like, nah, but like Lilo and Stitch is still like a good movie. Maybe it's not to the hype of when we were kids, but it's still a solid movie.
Yeah. I haven't watched a lot of films that I loved as a kid. So.
My favorite one is still Stitch Has a Glitch.
Stitch Has a Glitch was dope.
That movie goes hard every single time. Every single time I think he's going to die, even though I know for a fact that he lives. Spoiler alert, sorry.
But, like, when she hugs him and the power of love brings him back to life, like, okay, but, like, I was still emotional. It's okay.
Had me just wigless. Face wet. I was just all over the place. Mascara running. It be like that.
Well.
But anyway, circling back, I really like Space Jam because if I choose to look at it
in Space Jam.
Yes. If I choose to look at it in an analytical sense, they didn't want to make a movie that took itself too seriously. So I'm interested to see what Space Jam 2 looks like, which is happening, by the way. Very excited. Yes, I'm going to buy a ticket. Probably will see it 3 times. Judge me if you want. I don't care.
Here we go. We got that sponsorship going. This
podcast is brought now.
This podcast is brought to you by the letter H for head ass for gas and the letter G for gas in Space Jam 2.
You know what? I didn't come here to get my feelings hurt. We can move on.
I feel like we're gonna use a lot of New York slang, and I got a lot of people. Like I invited people from not from New York to watch this, so I feel like we gotta explain what certain things
I
mean.
feel like y'all could just keep a tab open.
On Urban Dictionary.
Urban Dictionary.
What do they say? Head ass? Question mark? What is head ass? Definition of head ass. But yeah. Somebody also asked what are your least favorite movies. Now,
least favorite. Oh.
I can't say I have a least favorite, just like I can't say I have an absolute favorite movie. But like I've stumbled across some really like
Humdingers.
Yes.
Hey
What?
me.
What?
I said humdingers.
Wait, that's a movie or is that like a phrase?
It's a phrase.
Oh, I was like, I've never heard that before.
Y'all, we turned left for a second. Sorry.
Like, I hate it when I get my hopes up for a movie and then it's garbage. Like Hotel Artemis, they showed it at SVA for free. All right, SVA.
It was such a cool concept.
It was a dope concept. You got a nurse who runs a hospital for criminals, hence Hotel Artemis, and this bigwig gang leader played by Jeff Goldblum. He comes in and he's injured and
I knew
like,
that.
huh?
I knew that.
Like I wanted to see it because one, there was a dope cast. He had Jodie Foster, Sterling King Jr. That's his name, the one from This Is Us.
I think I love him. I
And
just
then
forget his name.
Dude from Atlanta, Paperboy.
Mhm.
Then Jeff Goldblum, obviously, dude who plays Spock in the new Star Trek movies. I don't know their names. I just know what they play. But I saw it and it was garbage. Like, how do you have such an A-list cast? And even dude from Guardians of the Galaxy, the one who's
Batista.
yeah, I think so.
Yes, it is. Okay, so you would say that it was formulaic, like it was just
It wasn't even
cookie
formula.
cutter.
Like they had, like, although these people are really dope actors, they didn't act that well in this movie. Shoot, dude from Always Sunny in Philadelphia, the illiterate one.
A check is a check. Alright.
That's
And
probably
when it's people I love, I'll understand that. But if I don't know you and I don't like rocks with you as an actor, yeah, I'm gonna start cutting ass.
Mhm.
But I'm gonna just give them the benefit of the doubt.
the one
Let it
thing
rock.
that really irked me was, so I mentioned Jurassic Park in the beginning, so I'm gonna start with the least favorite movies too. Freaking Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdom. I hated that movie so much.
Oh
I'm wearing the same
gosh.
outfit I wore that day, not with the jacket. Y'all can't see it, but I have a Jeff Goldblum shirt. Like, it's Jeff Goldblum's face on a shirt, and I wore it. I was ready. You know, I brought my partner because you could bring people to the theater. So I'm sitting here watching this, and I'm expecting to see Jeff Goldblum because he takes up like 85% of the trailer for the movie. So I'm like, he's probably gonna have a dope role. He's probably gonna go to the island and help. Nah.
No.
Then they had the audacity to be like, oh, remember that Brontosaurus from the first movie that the kids interact with and sneezes on the girl? Well, guess what? And then you see the cloud of smoke, right? And then there's that one dinosaur that falls and dies. Apparently, that's the dinosaur from the first movie. I'm like, okay, that was a nice little Easter egg, I guess. You know, and like, how do you have a fight indoors? I'm claustrophobic. You know, what? Anyways, but like, you have a whole dino fight with inside. It was based. So I remember you sent me Honest trailers.
Yo, Honest trailers ripped them a new one, and I loved it completely because it was just 100% honest. It was like
That's the point.
huge. I meant 100% true. It was just like a huge cash grab. Like because people didn't like when they rebooted it with Chris Pratt the first time. What was that movie
loved
called?
it.
Hold on. What was it called?
Jurassic World.
All right, Jurassic World.
The first one, Jurassic World.
They didn't like Jurassic World. All right, I liked it. But it's like this one, they just relied heavily on the hype. So much so that just story and sense made it out the window. Spoiler alert, if you truly care. But Homegirl, one of the main characters, not even main, she's kind of like a side main. Like, she comes in like 30, 40 minutes into the movie.
The love interest of Chris Pratt?
No! The little girl that's a clone.
Oh, that.
What is that?
I thought you were talking about the first Jurassic World, but yeah.
No. That in itself, and then at the end, the thing that's part raptor again, is just chasing her and wants to eat her for some reason. I wanted to eat her. Everyone on that stage, pause. Everyone on that stage, everyone in that movie, so annoying. Just,
But yeah.
Waste of the money I did not spend.
Yeah, because we saw it for free. Before it even dropped, too. And I was like, thank God. I was so excited for this movie. But
Dodged a bullet. I wasn't even excited. I knew from the trailer this wasn't it.
That movie, Fallen Kingdom, is literally a 2-hour trailer for the next movie. Like, that's what it is. I'm pretty sure. I bet money on it. I'm not gonna say how much because I don't know what my funds will be when it drops. but I bet money that they are going to like milk as much as they can out of Jurassic Park, and they're probably gonna have like Jurassic Universe, dinosaurs in space, and it's gonna be like some Land Before Time type thing where they have like 15 of the same movie. You feel me?
Oh my gosh, I can't.
But what I can, to transition.
See what I did there?
Now, one of my favorite movies, and your favorite movie too, is The Incredibles.
Oh,
yeah.
hit him with it.
Now,
a lot of people didn't like the sequel. I like the sequel, even though I do agree that it was very formulaic and it wasn't on the same.
Most of the Disney movies have been formulaic recently.
What are you talking about?
Like, they all have like that, oh, there's a twist, this person's the villain, and you met them within the first 10 minutes of the film.
First of all, don't come and ask because I didn't figure it out.
I sat there, I'm like, it's either her or him, and I was like, I feel
it was him.
her.
And I wasn't wrong because in early versions of the movie, it was him.
Right.
But then
I have the art book, I know. And he had like a really crazy looking brother, but they're like, nah, let's make her a girl. Let's make everything about, women and stuff because, that's trendy right now. And no, like, seriously, they're selling, like, equality, and I feel that, Not that representation is bad. I'm all for it, But, I don't know, it just felt like, really, it's like, okay, who talks about it? Was it Honest Trailers or CinemaSins or whatever? It's like, even if their father called the Supers, there's no way in hell the Supers would have came in time, and I get why she's angry about that, but, like, dude.
That's not validation enough to just ruin everyone's lives.
Right. But it's just so that movie, it had its flaws. It's definitely nowhere near as good as the first one, but it was still a good sequel, And the thing that annoyed me was I saw it twice. Right? You saw it with me the first time, and then
we both saw it twice.
Yeah, so we both had the exact same experience when we saw it at SVA, right? Because SVA likes to do little screenings or whatever. Mm-hmm. It was peaceful, predominantly was people who are interested in animation, interested in the industry, and we all got the jokes.
18, 19, maybe some 20s in there.
Probably people who are like, just like basically
people who were fully alive and conscious when the first one dropped.
And then they probably didn't see it in theaters, but like, they probably watched the movie enough times in their lifetime to see it and like understand.
And they breathe, so they like the movie.
But yeah, so everybody in that theater was from 17 and up. I don't know, probably the oldest person in the room, it was like probably 70, who knows. But when I saw it in like theaters, when I went to an AMC theater, literally, I kept hearing kids crying, kids asking questions, and I'm like, if you just sit and watch the movie, it's not that hard. When they show Bao, the adorable little Pixar short in the beginning, I heard a freaking 5-year-old, I don't get it. It's like, I'm like, man.
I think I heard this one girl go, Mom, can we go? I said, I'm about to fight.
Yo, and I love Brad Bird's approach on it on Twitter because, Mom was like, I can't believe I brought my child to this movie. They were using derogatory terms, and I thought this was a kid's movie. He's like, first of all, an animated movie is not automatically a kid's movie. Y'all made that mistake when y'all took your kids to see Sausage Party. Secondly.
Oh my. First of all, pause. I don't know if there are any parents on this, but if you took your kid to see Sausage Party, you need to reevaluate your standards as a parent.
You see an animated movie, you see they got little gloves or whatever.
But that was the whole point.
Right.
It's in the title. The warning sign is the title.
Regardless, it probably, like, the kid probably was like, yo, Mommy, I want to see this animation. Be like, okay, it's Billy, just so you can shut up. I'll take you to see this stupid movie.
Oh, my gosh. I can't unsee that movie.
Just, like, I didn't see it because I heard that they, like, I heard they treated their animators like garbage. Like, they forced them to work overtime, didn't pay type shit. so I don't fuck with it. I do not stand.
And I watched that movie like 3 times.
In theaters?
No, I never watched it in theaters. 3 times streamed. So I mean, technically, I'm not contributing money.
Stop
so we're good.
banging the table.
Alright, my bad.
Making beats. So, but yeah, like, just he said if you're gonna bring your 4-year-old to the theater, most likely when she first saw Incredibles, she was at home running around doing whatever while the shit was playing on the TV. But then you bring your kid to the theater, she's obviously not ready for the theater. I think there should be a rule, like, you can't bring your kid to the theater if they're less than like a certain age or they don't know how to sit still, and they should have like ushers going up and down the lines type shit. But anyways, just like, if she wasn't able to comprehend the first movie, what makes you think she's gonna comprehend the second movie? You know, especially if it takes place right where it left off, like literally shot by shot. They just took it by different angles, which I really
pause.
What?
Now, I was hocked up on adrenaline, happiness, good feelings, so I ain't even notice. But tell me why they did my man's Tony like that?
Tony?
Let's talk about it. Tony, right?
Oh, Tony Rydiger?
Tony Rydiger. They changed his whole thing. Like
he looked like a crack. He
looked
looked
like
sick.
Yo, Tony Rydiger in the first one, he looked like he haven't slept in days. He looked like he sucked on chalk. Like, bro, he looked
like an actual high school student.
He looked like he eats. No.
He looked like a few people I went to high school with. Not gonna lie.
And then they just changed his whole character design just out of nowhere.
To make him cute and
made
fluffy.
His face more round. Like, it was very angular the first time. Like, he looked like a rectangle.
He looked high.
I didn't even notice, and I don't mind.
He looks so cute. I was like, why does Tony look so adorable? I rewatched the movie. Oh! You know,
nah.
That shit blew my mind.
Oh, he got bags.
He got Gucci Louis underneath each eye.
It's a duffel bag under his eyes.
His eyes exceed the weight limit when he go on a plane type shit.
Wait, but hold on, cause like Disney's been doing good. Wait.
No,
I don't know if I'm chatting, but let me just speak my piece for a second.
Okay.
You think that Disney finesse Pixar, learned all their tricks, and then opened their own animation studio?
Disney animation has always existed. Like,
yeah, but it's like Disney, Pixar. They kind of lost a little bit of juice with Cars, but then they brought it back.
And then they got Brad Bird. Like, he's like their secret weapons, like break in case of emergencies. And they whip out Brad Bird, be like, you need to write something and make it good. They throw him in a studio or something.
I was mad that it took them, 13 years?
Yeah, just about.
13 years to make Incredibles 2. But then I thought about it for a second, and I was like, I'll only give them the benefit of the doubt if this was the reason. It was a one and done.
Like,
it was a one and done. They wanted it to be one thing, like Get Out.
Right.
Get Out is not supposed to have a 2.
Which is also a good favorite movie anyways.
Yes.
Go on.
Get Out is a great movie. But it was never supposed to have a 2. But the hole in that theory is that they kind of set it up to have a 2 from the end. But or maybe it could just be like, just know that this world still exists even though there isn't another movie.
Yeah. I could probably write like I did write an analysis of The Incredibles. I could probably that could be like a whole podcast.
I don't know, like I guess no one really finesses cash grabs better than Pixar. Because even though this was a cash grab and the story was formulaic, it was still a good movie, and I still enjoyed myself.
But like Pixar also did Cars, and then they also did Cars 2.
Pause.
They also did Cars 3.
Cars 1 was good.
Cars 1 was good.
Unpopular opinion, Cars 1 was a good movie.
However,
and I saw this one in theaters, so laugh now. Cars 2.
Don't you
tell Mater why did this happen? Every day we stray further from God.
And then but no, I saw Cars 2. I'm like, I never watched Cars 2. It was on cable. I was like, let me watch it. I'm like, this is hot garbage. This is a lemon. I get it how I live it.
Wait a minute. Yo, and then I tried to watch Cars 3 and I was like, I'm done. And they had the spectacle for a second. They had the spectacle for a second with the trailer. The trailer got a lot of buzz for a second, but then just the movie in itself, I was like, I'm good, love. Enjoy.
Skull Gamer says, my eyesight is really bad. So yes, Cars and Cars 3 is good. Cars 3 is good.
Wait. Hold on.
Wait, you said and Cars 3. I don't agree.
Hold on. Okay. We can say that Cars 3 was a proficient movie, and then we could just say that Cars 1 is the good movie.
I'll never forget when
That's the good one.
I went to like the animation show of shows, which they also had at the SVA theater. Y'all should like go to SVA to get these little points or whatever. But anyways, they showed the Pixar short Lou, Lou, and it's about Lost and Found, whatever. It was really cute, and everyone was like, "Oh, is this the Pixar short for Coco?" But like, even though Coco was Disney, I think it was Disney and Pixar. I'm not sure. But yeah. Skull Gamer says, yeah, proficient. But, like, everyone's sitting there like, oh, is this the short for Coco? And then a dude gets on stage. That was the short for Cars 3. Everyone went, oh, that's why I never seen that before. Because somebody saw Cars 3. They knew how whack Cars 2 was. And then, but...
I think the movie that happened to me with was Frozen. Not because I didn't see it, but because I didn't see it in theaters. So I didn't see the short for Frozen. Which movie was the short with the volcanoes?
That was Inside Out.
I love that one.
I can play them on ukulele.
That is all.
One of these days I'm going to, like, bring my ukulele, and then we'll just, whenever you, like, sleep over at my place, we'll be up at, like, 3 o'clock in the morning and I'll just play random shit, and you just start singing to it or whatever.
Aight, but to circle back, though. Trash movies.
I love certain trash movies, alright? When you go to my house...
No. I'm not talking about movies that are so bad they're good. We're talking about trash.
Oh, like straight garbage movies?
Straight garbage movies. Let's talk about Shrek Forever After.
Okay.
Unpopular opinion, I enjoy myself when I watch Shrek.
I love...
At me.
Shrek is a good movie. The first Shrek is a good movie. The second Shrek is okay, too.
It's genius. Shrek is the back-to-back of the movie world.
Yeah.
And Disney is Meek Mill.
Screaming. Anyways, but like, so Shrek was dope. Then Shrek 2 was like a really good follow-up for Shrek. And like, it's almost even better. Better. Almost.
I would say it's slightly better. I say they're neck and neck, and I say the second one is better than the first one. But they're both watchable. It's
the
3 and 4. I feel like
Oh shit, your sister, Tara and Daniel.
No, she hates Shrek so much.
Why? No.
Just
block.
I feel like the shortcoming of all movies is Justin Timberlake.
If Justin Timberlake's in your movie, it's a flop.
I love Justin Timberlake as an artist, but it's when you put him in movies. Y'all remember that movie where everyone had time instead of money?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Do you remember that?
I just remember it happened.
Yeah,
I don't remember what happened. I just remember it did happen. My mom loved that movie. It was like, why?
Get him out of here.
He needs to put on his suit and tie and go. Oh. That's a knee slap right there. You better put that in your yearbooks, kid.
To freedom! All right. But yeah, Shrek Forever After. All right. I think it's when I see Shrek's kids that does it for me. Like, they just so ugly.
That's the point.
Nah, but
they ogre babies. They're supposed to be ugly.
Nah, but like...
They look like Cabbage Patch Kids.
No, they look like they ate Cabbage Patch Kids.
That's been breakfast. They had Legos for lunch.
Oh. You bite the ankles off of Cabbage Patch Kids.
And thumbnail and like the Matchbox cars for dinner. And then they had Donkey's waffles.
Oh, and then Donkey's kids. Jesus Christ! Talk about a marvelous science.
How?
Yo, a donkey with a dragon tail. I'm just...
And wings.
No. Sorry, not for me. It's like, but how? How?
I don't want to know. I do not want to know.
The dragon is how big?
I don't want to know.
She should have ate him.
I don't know. I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
Oh my god.
That's it for okay.
All right,
thanks for joining.
No.
No,
that has been our time.
No, we have another half hour. We good.
All right. What else? Another bad movie. And the thing with me, when I watch a bad movie, I suppress it from my memory. So excuse me. Cause
There's,
I've seen some shit.
there's one movie that like I hate. Hey y'all, hi there.
You know
it's
what?
Kaylin. Hey.
You know what? We can talk about it.
Kaylin's fantastic at animation. I'm pretty sure she's gonna like. I think that's the same Kaylin. Yep, that's the Kaylin. Yep, she's amazing.
Yeah, she the one. Daniel's son.
Screaming.
Oh no, baby.
But nah, there was one movie that I think is bad, not because it's like a bad movie, but because like it made me feel horrible. It's called As Above, So Below, and it's this horror movie about.
Why does that sound familiar?
Can I tell the synopsis? Thank you.
Wow.
It'll sound familiar.
We're screaming now on the podcast. I see.
Bert, you're yelling, Bert. Stop.
Speaking of that, congratulations, Bert and Ernie.
Yeah,
Give it up.
That's our representation.
Stand up if you knew. No,
well, you can't see us, but I am standing. But like, what? Damn, we went on a tangent.
Sorry. As above, so below. Is that what you said?
Yeah, as above, so below. So it's about this group. They're being stupid. They go to the catacombs in Paris. Mm-hmm. And catacombs, if you don't know what that is, it's a small little cave, and they got like skulls and shit.
Your claustrophobia says scoop diddy whoop.
Yup. My father and I, we weren't even in the theater. We saw this at home, in the comfort of our own home, and I was having a panic attack in the corner of my couch, just like, oh, I need to get out of here. Yo, so there was this one black dude, because there's always one black dude in a horror movie.
Oh, let's not.
He didn't die first, though. I don't think he died first. But anyways.
I don't even think that trope is real. But
no, it is a real trope.
Is it really?
It is a real trope. It started in The Shining.
Is it rooted in science?
It started in The Shining, right?
The Shining?
You don't want to get sued. What is this?
You said Charlemagne? Yo.
That ain't it.
She hates Charlemagne.
I hate Charlemagne the God, too. He ain't no God. He Lucifer. That's what he is.
He an asshole.
I hate Charlemagne. He made me when he cried.
He said Charlemagne knew. Two grown-ass puppets living together. What else you think?
That ain't it.
That ain't it. They wear turtlenecks? Not playing.
But, shit. So, the one scene that got me the most, so they were like, oh, we gotta go through this little crawl space because we keep going through this one thing and it's looping and there's this crazy ghost lady staring at them. Dude gets stuck. And the way his shit is, the whole frame, you just see dude's shoulders, and he's like this. And he's just saying, I'm stuck. I'm stuck. And I'm sweating bullets. My father's sweating bullets. If you looked at my story, like, last week, I got stuck in an elevator, and I was with 11 other people. I was sweating bullets then. I was damp, like, for hours after that. It was the same experience, and I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't. That ain't it. I can't watch that movie ever again.
I understand.
Man.
Me? Okay. How about we just jump right into the traumas and stuff that came from movies.
Brendan Fraser.
Yo, she talks about this all the time. Just like randomly too. We just be sitting in silence. You're like, yo, Brendan Fraser used to scare me as a child.
I don't know what it is about him.
With his juicy lips and his blue eyes.
Something about Brandon Fraser. Like, I can handle him in Back in Action just barely. I always get so scared.
Oh, for more than 10 minutes?
Oh, yeah, that's a big mood.
It's a sick passenger.
Especially, like, when there's no reception. You're not even above ground. You below ground, so you can't tell nobody.
Your music stopped. Baby's crying.
Spotify's like, you didn't pay for this, and just turns off.
Air conditioner stops. We all hot now.
It's just horrible. But yeah, I don't know what it was, but Brendan Fraser scares the shit out of me.
Which is hilarious because I enjoy the Mummy movies, or at least
it was the Mummy movies
that
did it for me.
I have to go back. But Dwayne The Rock Johnson was the villain. He turned into a man.
I just stopped watching because Brendan Fraser scared me more than Dwayne The Rock Johnson. My father always makes jokes, even though Dwayne The Rock Johnson's Samoan. He'd be like, "Yo, your cousin." I'm like, "That's not okay. That's not nice." Because my father's African American.
That's a little racist there, buddy.
But my father, anytime somebody Hawaiian is on screen, he'd be like, "Yo, that's your cousin." Like Jason Momoa. I wish Jason Momoa was my cousin. I'd be like, "Yo, cuzzo, I got tuition."
Free.
It would mean a lot if you help. You know.
Yeah, I see you, Aquaman. I see you got some money now, cousin. I see you got some money.
Cuzzo.
Trying to share?
Invest in my future. Help me help you.
I promise you I'll pay you back in small increments over the next 15 to 20 years.
Screaming like a
in
mortgage.
ins-
A mortgage for my future.
in installments. And hair products. Do you need that?
Shit, I wouldn't be surprised if me and Jason Momoa use the same stuff for our hair.
I know, all that hair and that beard. But anyway,
Screaming.
circle back.
Speaking of Aquaman,
Chucky
wait, what?
kind of scared me.
Chucky scared me as a kid. Yeah.
As a kid. Might not scare me now because, big body effects, the 90s. But it's just the prospect of...
Superman just... Wait.
No, that's not true. They thought that... All right, let me clear this up.
You gotta say in the comments. Some people ain't...
Oh, my sister said that Superman jumped ship. Right? Not true. I think... Well, my understanding of the situation is that there are no Superman movies in development as of now, so people just assume that Henry Cavill stopped being Superman, and then
Michael B. Jordan should be the next Superman.
Cut it out. And then,
because he has darker skin, the sun will make him stronger.
I hate you so much.
I think Charlamagne the Guy was talking about that. I remember that
thing because Superman and Shazam are kind of like they're supposed to be in the same movie, but I think because of Mission Impossible, Henry Cavill couldn't be in Shazam, so he wasn't in that, and then there's no Superman movies in development, so thus people thought that he wasn't Superman. But then he posted this video on his Instagram of him in a Kryptonian Kryptonian workout team or something like that T-shirt, and then he had his action figure, Superman action figure. It's like this memeable song in the background. I think that's him telling everyone,
"Don't worry, I'll be back."
Yeah, I think that's him telling everyone that he is Superman. Because honestly, DC is just going the wrong way with everything. They're just like, okay, you guys don't like this, we'll change it.
But Wonder Woman was good because we were getting garbage. So
I say this all the time, and I don't mean to be offensive if this is your favorite movie, but it's if every single movie that DC put out was to the same quality as Wonder Woman was, we wouldn't have, lost our shit. But because Batman v Superman was
it wasn't it was hot garbage. I left the theater angry.
It wasn't hot garbage. It was long and boring, essentially.
That's hot garbage,
All right, fine. I'll let you rock.
See, the Dark Knight trilogy, that was long. They were long as fuck. They were a good 3.5 hours. But when you watch the whole shit, you get up and be like, why does my ass hurt? Because the time went by quickly. It was a good movie. It was interesting. There were moments, even the quiet moments were low-key interesting. But, this was just boring, hot garbage.
Sidebar. My ranking goes Dark Knight Rises, and then
I forgot about
Batman Begins.
I didn't even know Batman Begins. I was like, why is it a trilogy? Where's the first one? Because I didn't even remember.
I watched Dark Knight first, if I'm being honest.
And then I
went back and watched Begins before Rises came out.
I saw Begins way after I saw Rises.
Just because I think that Bane was a more interesting villain than Ra's al Ghul, even though he was tied into Bane. But anyway.
My father would not stop saying that goddamn quote. He was like, "You were raised by the darkness."
I was born in it.
My father would say that shit every day for 2 months after we saw that shit in theaters.
'Cause that's hard.
Yo.
That line was hard.
It was, but
he's no Joker, but that was hard. Speaking of Joker,
do you think a Joker movie? Yeah.
Do you think no?
Yes, there is.
A Joker movie?
Yeah.
I thought they just recasted him.
No, there's gonna be a Joker solo film.
Ooh, cha, the ghetto. Anyway.
I hope they
Do you think that they can get the Joker right again? I feel like they're trying to find the next Heath Ledger, and that's just not what you should do. You should just focus.
Another Mark Hamill,
you should just focus on making a true to life adaptation of the Joker.
But there's so many different versions of the Joker. So
that is the point, and I don't understand why everyone got so mad at Jared Leto. His Joker, unpopular opinion, his Joker was decent. I thought.
I really love what's her face?
Margot Robbie.
Yeah, I loved her Harley Quinn, and as an avid fan of OG Harley Quinn, I hate the other versions, but I liked her.
Her shit was a nice adaptation to reality. You know what I'm saying? They finessed that.
Yeah.
But I personally think that Jared Leto, he did his thing, but they stiffed him in the editing process, and that's why everyone thought he was annoying because he was supposed to be the Suicide Squad villain. But then at the last minute, the studio re-edited everything, took out most of his scenes, which is why he left.
I didn't know that.
Oh,
I didn't know that at all.
Damn. When I be trying to avoid doing homework at like 3:00 in the morning, I just be going on tangents.
How can you call him speaking? Like, how can you call him decent when he had 4 speaking lines only?
No, that's what I'm saying. He filmed a bunch of scenes. He was initially the villain for the entire Suicide Squad movie, which is why he was in the trailer so much. But then the studio, for whatever reason, cut his stuff out, re-edited everything, and then made Cara Delevingne the main villain, which was a terrible choice. And then he was just sidelined as the side character when he was supposed to be the main bad. So that's why he left, because he was tight. I'd be tight too.
I just realized that there's like a bit of a lag.
I put in months of work. You're going to cut out all of my scenes? You're going to give me, in total, maybe like 10, 12 minutes of screen time in an hour-long movie? I would be tight as hell. I understand why he left. But I say for what I saw in the movie, in the trailers, he was a decent Joker. And he had confidence in his depiction of it, which means that he might have did something.
He's definitely nowhere near my favorite, which is obviously the Mark Hamill version from the Batman the Animated Series, Batman the New Animated Series, and Batman Beyond, that movie where he turns Tim Drake into Joker Jr. That was dope. That like resonates with me as an animator, especially. But
you don't like Heath Ledger?
Oh no!
Watch your mouth now. We're live.
No, no. I'm saying like Mark Hamill, Heath Ledger, then Jack Nicholson. Right? Those are my top 3.
Right.
I don't know where I would put Jared Leto, but like, cause it's so many different.
He's not top 5, but he's definitely not top 20. There hasn't been that many.
I don't know. There's okay. So there's Mark Hamill, Heath Ledger, Jack Nicholson. Then there's the dude from the 60s. Then there's the Gotham Joker. I'm not sure who it is, but it's the same actors. They're like twins or whatever. I know. I used to follow Gotham because my dad's friend was on there, and he was on there for like 2 episodes. I'm like, he ain't there no more. I don't want to watch it no more. I'm done. But yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So, in conclusion, Chucky scared me as a child. No.
I forgot about that.
I know. We just go on so many tangents. This is literally how we talk.
Yeah, most of the time.
Can
we get to the guilty pleasure movies?
Guilty pleasure movies? Alright, shoot. What's your guilty pleasure movie?
When you go to my house, you see all my guilty pleasure movies, right? I like movies that nobody's ever heard of, nobody gives a fuck about. Right? I love...
So, like movies from the 70s? 80s?
Like shitty coming of age movies that like didn't quite get the props due.
The movie where the dude gets stuck in the mall. I remember the premise. I forget the movie now.
Career Opportunities.
Yes, Career Opportunities.
I found that movie. I watched it when I was like 6 years old, but I watched like one scene and I like changed the channel for whatever reason. But then I watched Pulp Fiction, which is one of my top 5 favorite movies, like legit.
Of all time?
Yeah, of all time. It's always on my list.
I've yet to finish Pulp Fiction.
No, I got quoted for you.
I finished Kill Bill though.
I have yet to watch Kill Bill.
You see what I'm saying? Because Quentin Tarantino, you gotta dedicate your time and energy to watch a movie of his. They're
No,
so
you don't.
long.
No, you don't.
Yeah. What was the
Hateful Eight?
That movie is like 3 hours long.
I loved
4 hours.
There was an
long.
intermission. Yeah. When, like,
what fucking intermission is there if I'm sitting there?
There was like a black screen. That was supposed to be an intermission.
Oh, I didn't see it in theaters.
Oh, well, I saw it in theaters in Harlem for free.
I was sitting there and I was like, damn, I've been sitting here for a good minute.
Well,
me back hurt me and all.
But yeah, like I loved Hateful Eight. I love it. Samuel L. Jackson's character in Hateful Eight was dope. I love the little the sheriff. He was adorable.
Everyone dies in the end, right?
Yeah, everyone dies in the end. Spoiler alert, but everybody dies.
Samuel L. Jackson gets shot in the dick.
That happened. Wait, talk about the Step
Show movie on Netflix. Oh, I forgot the name, but it was interesting. Basically,
I don't have Netflix because I'm broke. But...
This black girl, she has to, I think, do something to get like the career she wants, so she has to volunteer at a white sorority, and she has to teach all the white girls how to step. They killed it though. Their
Wait,
step
I think
performance
I've
is
seen
fire.
like a what you call a clip from the
On
movie.
Instagram?
Nah, it was like a dude who's like, show me your step face or something, and like she's screaming.
Yeah.
I've seen like that clip, and it
Yeah.
had me dying. But
Yeah, because there's just some things that are kind of like cringy, but they killed their final performance. I was like, yeah, those girls practice. Because I would have been tight if they just like threw in the towel, but their final performance was fire. It's just there are just things inside. Like she was dating, I think he was white. Stepsisters. It's called Stepsisters. I think
That's
her
funny.
boyfriend was white. I think, and he was talking about he called his girlfriend Queen. Which is, come on now, yeah, like all the time, like my queen, da da da. Like he was a white hotep.
Oh my
Oh
God.
yeah.
So like the principal in that new Kevin Hart joint about to drop.
Yes.
Screaming, I don't see color. What are you talking about?
You better cut it out. Anyway, that was an experience.
But my ultimate guilty pleasure movie, the Super Mario Brothers movie. Yo, I loved. Okay, when I first saw it, I was like, "What is this garbage?" But then as I got older, you know, especially because it turned 25 this year, also along with Jurassic Park, you know, so many things turning 25. I feel old. I'm only 19.
If
That was
it's
his
not
first movie
Mario
role.
Brothers. It's Ice Age.
No, I don't. The first
By
Ice
the
Age
way,
was good.
It is, but
The second
the
one was okay.
effects don't hold up. Blue Sky has been behind the game for years.
They started the game. That's why Disney went digital, because they saw the success of Ice Age. And they were like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's go 3D.
But Disney did what it does. It leeches onto something till it makes it better, then throws it to the side to die. Where's the lie?
They're still doing 3D, Micah. They still doing 3D.
Who? Blue Sky?
Disney.
Oh.
And now Disney owns Blue Sky because they bought Fox. Fox owned Blue Sky. So therefore, Disney owns Blue Sky.
Ain't that some shit?
Ain't that some shit?
Imagine you started something,
How
that someone took
Walters.
it, made it better, then bought you and said, no, you work for me now.
Yep.
That's goals,
Your
but
ideas,
also crazy.
mine. They own Ice Age now. They own the shit that...
Your ideas are trash. However, I want them.
Screaming. It'd be like that though. Disney is monopolizing the entertainment industry,
Disney
and that
is
scares
becoming a conglomerate. Do not sleep.
That scares me.
All your jobs are in danger. You want to go to work for Cartoon Network? Cartoon Network? No.
No.
Let me stop chatting.
Stop. You gonna put that in the atmosphere? Turn it. No. Turner needs to stay.
Yeah,
Turner.
I'm a walking Simpsons. What's up?
Now Disney owns the Simpsons, so you finna see the next Disney Infinity, whatever. Isn't that what it's called? Something where like all the characters come together, whatever.
Infinity?
Yeah.
Adventures?
I don't know, like
Avengers?
No, not that.
What are you talking
It's
about?
like a video game, and you could like play as the Incredibles. You could play as Woody or something.
Oh,
You know what I'm talking about.
They haven't made that in
But
so
watch,
long.
they're gonna reboot it with all the new Fox characters.
Screaming.
You're gonna be able to play as Homer Simpson and beat the shit out of Mr. Incredible with a donut. Watch.
Screaming so loud. Wait, I was about to say something. Oh, listen, I don't care about this Disney merger. All I care is that I get a Deadpool that's gonna drop an F-bomb. That's it. I
But he
don't
did.
want a Disney, huh?
He did in the new movie.
Yes, but the deal wasn't. The deal was in the beginning stages when they made and released Deadpool. So I'm saying for future movies, I want him. I want it still spicy. You know what I'm saying? I don't want it mild. I want it ghost pepper. Feel me? Like I want that unpredictable shit.
So Skull Gamer says, all I want is for Disney to make a 2D feature film. I guess the only thing close to that we're gonna get is the animated part in the new Mary Poppins movie, which I'm excited for.
Yay! They're doing that again. That's nice.
Yeah. I didn't realize that Dick Van Dyke was alive still, but you know, Disney Infinity was discontinued.
Told you, not enough people were buying it.
Sean is the Disney expert in my friend group.
Not enough people were buying it. I could have told you that. I haven't heard about that shit in months, but
years. I haven't heard about it in years. I just remember it existed. But I don't think that anybody's gonna be going back. Like any bigwigs are going back to 2D animated films.
I know, and that
it's because it's a money saver. It doesn't.
You said that traditional is harder than digital.
Traditional takes longer. It's, I love animating traditional.
I know you do, but
no
one else likes that shit.
It looks much better.
I know it does. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that
they don't like it because
tedious.
It's expensive. It doesn't matter
of
about
course, all that damn paper.
No, you don't have to animate on paper. You can animate on like TV Paint and stuff that they have here. But what I'm trying to say is that like somebody, Aaron Blaze, I was watching a live stream of his where he was animating, and he said that it seems like smaller companies, like probably a YouTuber one day is gonna drop a feature length film on YouTube because YouTube has reached that point of entertainment.
And I would watch it.
I would probably watch it too. If it's a 2D animated film, it's well done, it's traditionally drawn. Like, yeah, Rick and Morty is like Toon Boom rigging, which is why it looks the way it does, and like you rewatch.
I don't mind Rick and Morty though.
I like certain things like BoJack Horseman's rigged, but not many. I don't think like Steven Universe and Adventure Time. Rest in peace, Adventure Time. They're traditionally animated.
Screaming.
But yeah, like. See, Kayla knows what's up. See, it looks much better. It's fantastic looking. That's what we're trained to do.
All right. Quick side note. Of course, the SpiderVerse trailer is fire as fuck. Will V wants to know wants our thoughts on the SpiderVerse trailer. There's nothing to say. It's fire. It's flame. I'm gonna go see it.
I'm definitely gonna go see it. And without a doubt, they're gonna show it at the school.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. A million times. Yes.
And if they do, I'm pretty sure that BSU is probably gonna get a reserve section.
It looks beautiful. It's Miles Morales. Come on.
And Gwen, if Miles isn't your thing for whatever reason.
Gwen and Peter are in there, but I'm just saying, like, there's a whole. I think Spider Pig is in there. Who the fuck knows who Spider Pig is? You right? You feel me? So that's that shit.
Will Mary Jane Water Buffalo be in there?
I mean, yeah, but why do something the traditional way when you can find an easier way to do it, or a better looking way?
No, people are more so concerned with content. They're more so concerned with quantity rather than quality. Now, Don Bluth, he wanted as many. You know who Don Bluth is, no?
No.
So Don Bluth, if you've seen Anastasia, you've seen Dinosaurs Were Back.
Yes.
Have you seen Troll in Central Park, something like that? And
no.
Secret of NIMH, you probably okay. Well,
these go way back, bro. Those I haven't seen in a long time.
So Don Bluth is one of my biggest animation inspirations. He loves to go overboard with the special effects animations, and his shit is like he puts as much special effects animation as he can. He beat the shit out of Secret of NIMH, which literally for like 10 minutes. Right, they're trying to take a cinder block out of some mud, and there's so much shit happening in that 5 minutes. I remember a teacher, he was just like, literally, they're just taking a brick out of the mud, and they put all of this work into it. Now I'm not.
Does it look bad?
It doesn't look bad, but it's just like so extra. Yeah, it's a lot.
Listen,
But yeah, dude is great. Dude is great. You should watch Don Bluth films. But they're not that great as far as stories, but they look fantastic because he was a Disney animator.
Look, all I'm gonna say is if they finessed a traditional movie, feature length, all that, like back to Cinderella.
Wait, what are you talking about?
I'm talking about like traditional.
When it started?
No, I'm just talking about like examples of traditional movies.
The last hand-drawn animated film from Disney was Princess and the Frog. That was the last movie.
If they pulled up on that type of energy, I would watch it.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I don't mind 3D.
I don't mind it either. It's just that
I just like it when it looks cool.
I like a good story, and I feel, I don't know, there's certain things that you could do much better in traditional.
But could we ever get Coco in traditional?
I wouldn't be surprised if Disney wanted to milk him out and have like a series, like maybe like a 6-episode special for Dios de los Muertos.
They're just things in that movie that had to be 3D.
Well,
he's
obviously.
Across the bridge, you fucking shitting me? That's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my fucking life.
I understand, but it would be nice to go back to 2D. Just like maybe like a couple movies. They got the money to just here peasants have your little 2D movie.
No. We don't need that energy. We need the love and care.
What do we think about Princess and the Frog? I love Princess and the Frog.
Haven't seen it. My mom thought it was racist. I'll go back.
Well,
and I'll watch it. It's just not accurate because,
so
they should treat her just a little bit worse.
It's a Disney film, so they're going to romanticize the period for the style and the aesthetics. But
still.
Anyways, yeah, our parents, we're both African American. What happened?
Oof.
well, we're just like some people thought that the movie was a bit racist because, Tiana spends majority of the film, she probably spends 15 minutes as a human, and the rest of the movie she's a frog. So I get like where, it's like, oh, she didn't get props. It was a good movie though. It was lighthearted, it was fun. I loved it. I love all the music in the film.
I'll find it. We'll get back.
It's a great movie, and I'm upset though with the Wreck-It Ralph film that's coming out soon. They butchered her.
Y'all got her started.
They butchered her though. Like, she looks horrible.
Listen,
I hate her.
I didn't think she looked that bad.
She looks horrible.
Now, I was more focused on Moana though. So,
Moana
excuse me if
dropped,
I didn't.
though, and she
I know,
looks
but
a little
excuse
different.
me if I didn't focus on Tiana. That's my bad. If you can send me some screenshots, but as far as I'm concerned, she looks all right. And if anything, she's in her pajamas, so you could just make the argument that she didn't put the cocoa butter in her hair yet.
Lord have mercy.
Son,
I'm like not excited for Wreck-It Ralph, the new Wreck-It Ralph movie.
I'm not. I don't think it's gonna be as good as the first one. I really like the first one.
Obviously, it's not gonna be like the first one.
But I don't know. It's weird. It's such a leap.
They were like, Emoji Movie? We could do that better. Let's show them. Of course,
anyone. Wait, who made the Emoji Movie?
Sony.
Blue Sky could have made a better Emoji Movie.
Illumination Studios. They could have made a
They could have made an Emoji Movie with fucking minions.
They could have just had an hour-long thing of Steve Carell going, "Girls," using emojis, and it would have been better.
They could have had one emoji on the screen that replaces the little dot on the eye for Disney for an hour. Would have made like $1 trillion. Would have broke box office records. It's not hard to make a better Emoji Movie. But that being said, Emoji Movie is one of the greatest movies of our time.
Get off.
We don't deserve
No.
this movie.
I need a new co-host now.
Hi,
I have auditions for a new co-host.
It's better than we don't deserve this movie. It's before its time.
Lord have mercy. No, I can't with you. I can't.
Bro, I love Jack and the Emoji Movie because it's so fucking trash. Holy shit.
Lord have mercy.
That was the hugest cash grab. Oh my god.
We got like 5 minutes.
They're like, that's like the illest like old men in a boardroom talking about some. So, I heard kids these days text.
She said, "Let the Emoji Movie go."
I will never let it go as long as I breathe.
Lord have mercy. But yeah, just
bury me in an emoji coffin with
the upside down OK sign.
Hell yeah. Bury me with the Blu-ray 4K digital version of the Emoji Movie with a DVD player. I want to be watching it on my way to... I'm not sure where I'm going yet.
Because the Emoji Movie, you go straight to hell. That's your ticket to hell.
Shit.
Girl emoji equals eyelashes? Yup, that's normally how it goes down.
Yup, son. Cake equals chicken.
Let's take a male character, make it pink, and throw eyelashes on it. Make them look like they're related, but that's the love interest. That's like character design 1-on-1. No.
Yo, so in the emoji world, and I'm gonna have y'all thinking about this for the rest of your day. In the emoji world, is it like an Apple update for emojis that have kids, or do emojis be fucking?
Were you allowed to say that?
We'll find out.
Man, that made me scared. Like,
what?
Well, I guess the first will be the last.
This has been great.
But
beautiful hour.
To recap on what we said in the beginning. First of all, if you ever have the opportunity to watch a movie that you loved as a kid in theaters, watch it in theaters, all right? One of my teachers said, watch your movies on the biggest screen possible. If you watch Jurassic World or Jurassic Park for the first time on a phone, and then you see that shit on surround sound in an IMAX theater, right, for the first time, that I cried when they first saw, like, remember the scene where they're like, oh, welcome to Jurassic Park? I cried. Because, like, I was like, oh, God. When I saw the
sensory overload?
Yes. It's literally sensory overload because you're surrounded by it. You can't escape it. It's just there, you know? When I saw the Cowboy Bebop movie, I didn't even see the sub. I saw the dub. And, like, the dub made me appreciate it more because they had the dub cast talking about their experiences on the show.
You are so fake, yo. We have time?
No, we don't. We're almost out of time.
Damn, we don't have time. We'll get into this next week. Send us some anime questions, cause I'm.
I don't watch anime like that. I can't answer questions about anime.
They could be like, "Have you ever seen?"
No.
I'm like, He said, "What is drift stick? What is that?"
I only watch Cowboy Bebop. That's the only one I have time for, man. And just like, what does that say? The movie. We'll never get it. We will never get an Emoji Movie ever again. We bet not.
I really hope we don't.
We better not. Shoot, I'm not with that. No, thank you. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see what the future brings. Like,
so, yeah, that has been our hour.
No, not yet.
Not yet.
We got 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
I just started early, so.
Okay. Admit to everyone right now that some anime dubs are actually good.
I've only watched the Cowboy Bebop, like, dubbed movie. That's it.
Soul Eater, Cowboy Bebop, and My Hero Academia have good dubs.
I do not like the My Hero Academia dub.
Why?
I just don't like the way it sounds.
Oh my gosh! I'm fine.
I don't. I've like fallen off on TV because I'm an animation major and that takes up like 90,000% of my time.
Alright, well, you know what? Agree to disagree.
Oh my god, Ghost Stories. That's the one anime that has a dope dub. So let me see if I can dumb this down in 2 minutes. So Ghost Stories was about like this group of kids that had to deal with paranormal shit, and it was such a flop in Japan that they literally told the dub cast, do whatever the fuck y'all want. Yo, they say some ridiculous shit on like it's hilarious. You should just watch Ghost Stories and then come back next week and talk about that experience, because we can't say a lot of the stuff that they said on the show on the air. You know, that movie was that show is a trip. That show is a trip, man. So yeah, that now it's our time.
All right,
now it's our time.
Thank y'all for listening. I hope y'all come back next week.
Yeah, next week, same time, same bat time, same bat channel. You know, I'll probably repost this on my YouTube. At the Yankee Artist. Everything's a Yankee Artist, just to make it easier for y'all.
I hope you learned a little bit more about us.
Also, be sure to peep my story. You should start doing that in your story, too, because I'm pretty sure people are going to start following you. You're going to get clout. But yeah.
I'm ready.
Y'all should follow Mr.Massacres. Everything's in the description. But yeah, you just peep my stories and see when I'm asking for suggestions. Each week we'll do something different. Just suggest unique, crazy stuff for us to talk about.
And remember, everybody, the Emoji Movie is the best
movie
of all time.
Not.
Don't play me.
Lord have mercy. All right, thank y'all for joining us today, and yeah.
Have a wonderful day.